What we're looking at here today is a Ruger 1022 target model, bought back in the 80s. I bought this, me and another couple guys were shooting 1022s. I had a 18-inch stainless barrel one, and I had a 16-inch barreled one already. And I got such a good deal on this Ruger Hammer Forged barrel one, that all come factory like that I bought it. But I scoped it up, and without a trigger job, it just didn't shoot as good as my one that I custom built. So I just sort of put it in the cupboard back in the 80s, and it hasn't been fired since. I'd say the last time that was shot was at the earliest 1990s, say. But I know it was in the 80s. And when you look right here on the barrel, Ruger Hammer Forged. They bragged about this barrel, and I don't know, it's been so long ago I shot it, I don't really remember. But I know I bought everything to do the trigger. I can't pronounce that company that makes those trigger parts. Starts with a VO something. I should be able to say that, but I can't. I'm looking at this top. I don't know what kind of mount I had on there that would have marked that up. But I have these mounts that I bought off a guy who was making them. You put it on the 1022, and then you can use the rifle, the Ruger rifle mounts. And I have a set of higher mounts, and I'd say a medium set of regular Ruger rifle mounts, which if you know Rugers, you know the rifles, the 77s take a special mount. You just can't put a regular Weaver mount on it. But I have the blocks. I have a couple different height rings. I'm going to buy me a new Vortex, I don't know, 6x24 or something like that, and put on it. Neighbor kid built one. Was up here last weekend shooting it with a stainless barrel, 16-inch barrel. And I was telling him about having this gun and a couple other Target 1022s. He kind of giggled and chuckled and, I don't know, called me out on it. So I'm going to put that trigger in that. I ordered the scope. I'm going to find my blocks and make sure they're going to work. That I have the right blocks and rings, or else I'm going to have to order something for that. And the scope, but that's next month's project. Today's what, the 24th? So I'm just waiting for payday on the 3rd to order the scope, whatever I need for the rings. I got everything for the trigger. Those are actually, bipods are actually off of my 17, so I'll probably get another set of them. I'll scrub that barrel out real good. I WD'd down that barrel I don't know how many times over the years. I just, every once in a while, I get through my guns and squirt down the barrels. Not a whole lot, not enough to drown the action or get the wood wet. But if you look real close, look at the bolt of this gun. It's still brand new. I bet I didn't put 500 rounds through this gun. Every time we got together to shoot, it was kind of competing. So you didn't want to be messing with your new gun. And then I just never had time to get to it. So I just shelved it. Like I say, I'll throw a few dollars at it and get me a nice scope. Get that trigger set up to about 2 pounds. I'm not going to do no shaving the bolt face or anything like that. Now that's one thing in these 1022s that they do. They actually take the bolt out and shave the face down 5 thousandths. But you gotta watch it. If you get too fat rimmed of a casing after that in your bullet, the gun won't function. And sometimes they'll take off like a full automatic too. If you shave too much off the head, it'll just keep shooting like it's full automatic. So you gotta watch when you start shaving those bolt faces. But I think they said that Ruger left them 5 thousandths over, so there would be no problem. And if you do shave that, it does make it fussier on ammo. You'll see the real professionals, they got micrometers, they mic the thickness of the rims of their ammo, and they only use the one size, you know, for their gun. They might only find 50 shells out of a box of 1,000 or something, you know. And clean that barrel up. That barrel always did look purple. With that hammer forge, if you look, see how you can see the hammer in the barrel? It isn't smooth. That, and like I say, it does have a purple look to it, like more than it did 20 years ago, put it that way, now that I look at it more. Like I say, this is the first time out in this gun. 20 years. That's some dirt. I was going to get out my other one. I have a 16-inch stainless barrel one and an 18-inch blue barrel one. What is it? Green Mountain barrel. But I was having issues with that barrel years ago. When you clean these, if you shove your rod down in there and your cleaning rod where your brush screws on hits the end of that target rim, for the next 2 or 3 mags, you'll shoot off. You won't be on. You'll be all over the place. That's how easy they'll burr up. You wouldn't think that, but they do that. You gotta really watch. They make a cleaning rod that has a funnel on it that slides it down the cleaning rod and protects that rim while you're cleaning the barrel. Because really you gotta take it apart to clean it out through the other end. But it's really crucial. I one time, as I shoved my rod down in there, caught that, and that gun shot 6 inches to the right for like 4 or 5 mags before it come back to being right again. And they say sometimes you have to actually take them and have them fixed if they do it too bad. So you really got to watch how you clean that. It's hard to see that, isn't it? You really got to watch how you clean that bore when you're going down that end of your gun, and on any gun. Where that cleaning brush screws onto the rod, right there, you can catch that right there on the end of your barrel and actually put a little lip on there, and it's not going to fire correct. It's going to be crooked for a while, at least in a 22. I don't know about a rifle. All right, hey, well, I said about everything I got to say on this, but we'll have a few updates on it and see how it goes.